Live from the historic Ham Building in St. Paul, it's the Haberdasher's Couch. I'm Kendrick, inviting you to the show, starring Jaime and Dorset, featuring Todd Walker, also featuring Amy Charlo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jaime.
Welcome to another show of the Haberdasher's Couch, where you don't have to pay somebody to listen to you. Unless you're on Amy's couch, she's going to charge you, that's for sure. Uniquely positive comedy, hypnosis, clean, classy, fast-paced, and very funny. That's what the Bash says, bash.com, the entertainment go-to website for entertainers like Amy. And Amy, you have some good news for us about the Bash. Tell me.
I was awarded Best of the Best for 2022, and I've already got a good start on 2023.
And on that website, they mentioned that every entertainer there is certified.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Everybody goes through a vetting process. Mm-hmm. What's great about that site is that actual real clients get to leave reviews, and you can see exactly what their experience was.
Right. It's a heck of a site, too, because it has, if you're planning a party, mm-hmm. it could be corporate or private, birthday or other.
Yep.
It's a great site just to find the right fit for large parties or small parties.
Yeah, anything, like from a kid's birthday party to a huge, corporate event, 10,000 people in a jumbotron. And
I was looking at what you had booked previous year and what you had booked now. We had an event coming up, a club event on April 1st.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Yep.
And then you have a graduation party booked on Monday in Duluth on June 5th.
Yeah, I actually almost booked solid for the post-prom, post-grad season.
Fabulous.
Yeah, that first week in June, I've got about 8 booked right now.
Right.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
I tell you, today I had thought it'd be a great day to center ourselves a little bit, talk about mm-hmm. what Amy does as far as hypnotherapy is concerned and what hypnosis is, and really what she can do to help find your center, maybe your mindfulness.
Right, yeah.
Some of the things that we talk about when we talk about Buddhism, mm-hmm. The spirituality is concerned with the end of suffering through the enlightened understanding of reality. Mm-hmm. In hypnosis, what reality are we talking about?
Oh, start me off with the easy ones.
Where do I go?
What reality are we talking about? So is the question where do you go in hypnosis? Is that the question?
Yeah. All right. I told you I don't like to breathe, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, breathing is good. Breathing is good. Hypnosis and meditation actually have a lot in common. The Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlap. You can see in the brain scans what's going on. Basically, you're slowing down the front part of the brain, and that allows you to process information in a slower, calmer way. Mm-hmm. And it starts to just relax the whole fight or flight thing.
Sure.
And so you haven't really gone anywhere. You're still you, but it might feel like you've taken a little trip.
So on that spiritual journey of reality, we're trying to find our true self?
You can, if that's what, it's kind of whatever intention you put into mm-hmm. it. Mm-hmm. So some people, I would say, I would call it like the uncluttered self when you relax and you're not worried about what other people are thinking or what you should be thinking.
Right.
And that's the whole mindfulness mm-hmm. movement of just accepting.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when I close my eyes, I told you I close my eyes and I see black for a moment, but then I see myself getting out of a pool without my bathing suit on. Anyway.
Yeah. And then
I'm trying to find a way to exercise a path to more harmony. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, and that's important.
And I can do that with someone like you, right? You could help me focus and concentrate. Mm-hmm. Let's just use that one word, harmony.
Okay.
Right? You could help me find my harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And for a lot of people, it is mindfulness, relaxation, it's a learned skill. So if you sit down like the first time and you're like, I'm going to meditate, and your mind's going all over the place, don't give up on it. You're not doing it wrong. You're learning. It's a journey, and a lot of people find it helpful to have. There are a lot of recordings that, like guided meditations,
Right.
which is then you're very much getting closer to hypnosis with a guided meditation. But that's a great learning tool.
And
To help focus you in.
Do we have to be fearful of taking that first step?
Oh, heck no.
No?
No.
And you're nice. You say, now, Anthony, what I want you to do, right?
Right.
You're suggesting.
Yes, yeah, it's all very
And
positive.
You make me feel relaxed.
Yep, and
right?
even in, you're still always you. So even as a hypnotist, if I tried to give you a suggestion that wasn't healthy for you, your mind would reject it.
So it says here, meditation awareness creates the space for insight and clarity to occur. The thoughts of a clear mind are free of attachment, hatred, confusion, right? We're
Yeah.
creating compassion.
It is. It's a much more loving way. And I just read a really cool study last week where they were seeing the effects of mindfulness and meditation in the workplace. And workplaces that embrace that sort of mindset have much less conflict in the workplace. Everybody's harmonious.
Right.
Productivity goes up. People aren't in that place where they're feeling, where they're feeling scared or competitive or angry. It kind of gets all of that sort of that detritus out of the way.
Sure.
So you can just be you and
That-
feel good about it.
It's kind of hard to do. It
is
and
hard to do.
I think it takes a little bit of personal. I don't want to use the word risk. Vulnerability, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
And that can be daunting to some people, just to be a little bit vulnerable, even with yourself.
Yeah, it takes a degree of honesty,
Right.
but that honesty is also real freeing, and it just leaves you like so unburdened. It's like if just acknowledging your truth and not worrying what other people think about it or what it should be.
Right, so
I always say never should on yourself.
I love it.
Never should on yourself.
Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate on the mind, on the present moment.
Yeah, that's really good for meditation. It's just that's the whole just
Right.
in the moment, accepting. There's also a movement called, there's a concept in mental health called radical acceptance, where it's like, okay, this is where I am. This is what it is. It's like, I'm here. Maybe I'm a little tired. I've got an ache in a toe, but that's okay.
Right.
And then just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just talk. I have there's one here just on fear. So there's just these different areas that we can touch on: fear, health, anxiety.
Yep.
All these different words. Fear. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. And maybe through this path of clarity, finding oneself, through some sort of meditation, we can live our lives more wisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and lose the fear when you're living without, it's like things do happen, but to know and trust yourself and your abilities that you have, actionable things you can do.
Right.
And to kind of trust yourself and the world a little bit. And it also leaves you open for being in the moment to really enjoy your life.
Right.
Instead of worrying about 5 minutes from now and 10 minutes, it's like, here on the couch right now,
Right.
we're having a conversation.
Present.
Yep,
Absolutely.
exactly. We are present in a
I'm
conversation.
not worried about selling a suit. No, not till I pay the bills. I'm not worried about what I had for lunch. No, not until I've had dinner. That sort of thing, right?
Yes.
Right. Tell me, Amy the Hypnotist at amycharlo.com, right?
amythehypnotist.com.
.com. What can we find on your website, and how do we get a hold of you to start our mindful way of life?
You can go to amythehypnotist.com.
Right.
You can contact me. I'm doing a big rebuild right now of the site, but if you contact me, I have a bunch of different recordings that you can download that are real helpful.
Right.
I'm going to be adding more free recordings, but I also have a bunch for people in the healing industries. If you know any nurses or anybody like that, get a hold of me. I will send you a freebie for these people that are out there working hard.
And I have to say thanks for hashtagging us, because I tell you, we had over 500 plays not views, but plays. People sat down and watched the show, and they make comments about how they look forward to seeing you on Coffee Talk
Yay!
on the Haberdasher's Couch.
Which is so much fun. Thank
Right.
you for letting me do
And
that.
should we say we miss Keith? Hi, Keith. We miss you.
We miss you, Keith.
I tell you what, thanks for joining us today, Amy, on the couch, and we'll see you next week. Practice mindfulness.
Hello, I'm Amy the Hypnotist here at beautiful Ħajmi's Haberdashery, and this is Coffee Talk. Today we're going to talk about a recent TikTok trend, which is called Lucky Girl Syndrome. Now, this idea comes up every few years in books or things like that, and the idea is if you think positive thoughts or you think luck, your thoughts are going to actually affect the world around you, and good things will happen to you. Now, there is a positive and sort of a negative aspect to this sort of thinking. We call this magical thinking because obviously your thoughts don't really empirically affect reality around you. If they did, we wouldn't have Las Vegas. But there are some good things about reframing things in a positive way and looking for the good things around you. That can be really good for your mental health. Now, where this can go downhill is if, because you are wishing for the best and hoping for this luck that's going to happen to you, is if you don't actually follow it up with action. A very wise woman once told me, the harder I work, the luckier I get. So if you're using the lucky girl syndrome to not actually do things, then that can be negative. The other thing that can happen is if something really, truly tragic does happen in your life, thinking that it's your fault for not thinking enough positive thoughts. So that's a couple areas where that can go downhill. However, the basic idea of seeing the positive in things and being able to look at things and giving them that positive spin. Good example I had is I had two clients one day, both had been in sort of similar fender benders. One person was like, oh no, this is horrible. Nothing good ever happens to me. I was in a fender bender. And then my other client came in and said, oh goodness, I am so fortunate because it was just a fender bender. So the way you look at things with that positive mindset, the way you reframe them can be really positive. So, lucky girl syndrome? Okay, we can go with that on TikTok. I hope you have a wonderful week and good luck.